We're talking about how to literally hack your nervous system so that your defensive moves automatically trigger a devastating counterstrike. It's all about mastering the mode switch.
Okay, let's dive into this. Picture this scenario, right? A punch is flying at your face, you execute this beautiful millimeter-perfect slip, and then you just stand there. You totally freeze, and in that fatal half-second delay, you lose your entire advantage. The person who missed gets to reset, rebalance, and throw again, instantly putting you right back on the defensive. You survived, sure, but you didn't actually become dangerous.
There is a really profound realization we have to accept here. Slipping is a reflex. Countering after a slip is a skill. Most people, they only train the reflex. They train their bodies to get out of the way just to survive, but surviving isn't striking. If you're struggling with freezing up, it's not because your head movement is bad, it's actually because your slip and your counter are living in your brain as two completely separate movements. Which brings us to the bottleneck, the nervous system mode switch. See, the reason you freeze isn't a lack of willpower. It's an actual biological bottleneck happening right inside your brain. When that punch comes at you, your brain instantly drops into threat detection mode. It is 100% focused on survival and defense, not on launching an attack. To throw a punch back, your brain has to execute what neuroscientists call a mode switch. Basically, transitioning cognitively from defense to active offense. The problem? Well, under the extreme stress of a fight, that neurological switch is simply way too slow. That mental delay is exactly what causes your physical body to freeze.
And this brilliantly illustrates why we have to shift this paradigm entirely. On the left, we have the flawed model: slip, pause, then counter. It relies on a mode switch that is just too slow. On the right, we have the rewired model. The only way to bypass that slow mode switch is to biohack your nervous system. You have to wire the counter directly into the slip itself, turning them into one single unified neurological movement. Let's look at exactly how to do that with 4 specific hacks.
First up, neurological hack 1, the slip outside and right cross.
This is honestly the most natural counter you can throw after a slip, yet it is wildly undertrained. What makes this so beautiful is that it doesn't require forced conscious effort. It simply exploits the natural laws of physics. Let's meticulously walk through how this happens. Step 1, a jab comes at your head, and you slip your head to the right, moving to the outside of their punch. Step 2 is where the magic happens. The absolute second your head reaches that outside position, your right hip is already loaded. You didn't even have to think about loading it. Because physics does all the heavy lifting for you here, your brain doesn't have to process a mode switch to load the punch. You're hacking the bottleneck entirely. Then step 3, you simply release that automatically loaded hip into a devastating cross. Your body naturally prepared the weapon while you were defending.
I really want to hammer this concept home. You do not throw the cross after the slip. The cross is the return from the slip. Most people think in 2 steps, right? Slip, then cross. But to hack your nervous system, your body has to think slip, cross. It has to be processed in your brain as one single word and executed as one single fluid movement.
Moving on to neurological hack 2, slip inside and left hook to the body.
Now, if the first hack was about natural physics, this one is all about extreme positional safety and stealth. This counter is almost completely invisible to the person throwing the punch. Here's the sequence. Step 1. When a cross comes at your head, you slip to the inside, moving your head to the left, right under their right shoulder. Step 2. By stepping inside that arm, you've just secured a safe haven. You are now in one of the safest possible positions in a fight because they simply cannot hit you with that arm. By moving into this safe haven, you actually calm your nervous system's threat detection. It completely removes the panic of the mode switch because your brain realizes you're protected. Step 3. From this angle, their entire torso is totally exposed, allowing you to fire a left hook directly into the liver or the ribs right under their extended arm.
And let's be honest, as our source material points out with a bit of dark truth, nobody argues with a liver shot. Targeting the body instead of the head in a self-defense situation is undeniably effective for ending a threat, and it often keeps you out of the legal gray zones that come with headhunting. It's super safe for you positionally and incredibly dangerous for them.
All right, neurological hack 3, the pullback and jab.
This combination shifts our focus slightly. Instead of slipping side to side, we're going to exploit the natural physics of shifting your weight backward and then immediately forward. So the crucial point is understanding the exact timing window here. Step 1, you pull your head straight back so the punch misses you. Step 2, you must physically feel the exact moment your head reaches its maximum pullback. Why? Because step 3 requires you to turn your forward return into the jab. You're not waiting around to see if they missed. Firing that jab the absolute split second you reach maximum pullback eliminates the time your brain usually takes to process the mode switch. Your physical momentum actually becomes the switch, and that window closes incredibly fast.
Next up, neurological hack 4, the double slip and cross.
According to our source, this is the most advanced combination, and it's the one designed to definitively end fights. The biomechanical brilliance of this move is all about exploiting your opponent's balance. Step 1, you slip right off their first punch to buy yourself time. Step 2, you immediately slip left off their second consecutive punch, which sets your offensive angle. Step 3, you fire your cross. Because you forced them to commit their weight and miss twice in a row, they are completely off balance. Their ability to reset is severely delayed, meaning your cross arrives well before they're ready to defend.
Now what's really interesting here is the secret to landing this isn't a steady 1, 2, 3. It requires a deceptive 3-beat rhythm. Beat 1, the slip right, happens at a standard pace. But beats 2 and 3, the slip left and the cross, they have to happen at an accelerated pace. That sudden change in timing is what completely short-circuits their defense and allows the cross to land flush.
Finally, we get to the rewiring protocol, the slip and fire mirror drill.
So we understand the science, we know the 4 hacks, but this is the practical application. This is how you take these concepts out of your brain and actually program them into your physical nervous system. This protocol is incredibly efficient. You can do it completely alone, and it takes just 5 minutes before your normal bag work. Here's the rundown. Stand in front of a mirror, call out a number 1 through 4 corresponding to the hacks we just covered. Execute that specific combination. Then, and this is absolutely the most important part, freeze at the counter position. Check your form in the mirror, then reset.
Now, you might be wondering, why freeze at the end of the punch when the whole goal was to stop freezing after the slip? Well, here's the neuroscience behind it. Intentionally freezing at the end of the counter forces your brain to register that final position. It literally turns that final extended strike into the automatic target for your nervous system. You aren't just practicing physical movements anymore, you are engaging in literal cognitive rewiring. You're telling your brain, hey, this is where the movement actually ends.
And how long does it take for this cognitive rewiring to become permanent? Exactly 3 weeks. Just 3 weeks. If you commit to that 5-minute mirror drill before your bag work every single session for 3 weeks, your nervous system will adapt. It permanently deletes that mode switch delay from your biology. Your slips will automatically drag a counterstrike right along with them, merging defense and offense into one single automatic reflex.
So, we've broken down the mode switch, the biomechanics, and the daily protocol. I want to leave you with this final, provocative question. Which of these 4 neurological hacks will you wire into your nervous system first? Are you going to start with the natural physics of the outside slip, or maybe the invisible safety of the inside hook? The choice is totally yours.